TVR Universe, I am Dave, and in this week's live stream we'll be looking at the awesome Canon 2000D. Now technically this is the 1300D, and this is basically the older brother of the 2000D, which is pretty much the same camera. And in this video we're going to give it a full review on why we think it's a great starter camera for people starting out with photography, or for those of you that just want a camera separate from your phone, or for those of you that just want a really cool camera. So the 2000D is basically this, and it's about this sort of size. It's a digital SLR camera. It will come with its initial kit lens, and it will be an 18-55mm. It takes very nice photos, especially in certain lights. Really cool thing actually about this camera is the fact that you can obviously change the shutter speed and ISO and all those sort of things, but it's really cool. It comes with an auto setting, which is really handy, which basically means you can just go out in the world and just start taking your photos. And one thing I would recommend, if you put the autofocus to manual, it makes it easier to have more control over the camera. A little power tip, so when you're out taking pictures and all this sort of jazz, it just makes taking photos more easily. Whereas sometimes an automatic, I've personally found the kit lens that sometimes if you're a bit close to an object, that sort of thing, sometimes the camera gets a little bit scared. Even though you have the right setting to do that, sometimes if you want to get really close, I don't know, I've just found if you just put it into manual focus, you can just autofocus it yourself at the front, and off you go. That's just a little power tip I would share you guys. So I really like this camera. Obviously, it does have a viewfinder. You can look through it if you want to take photos the old-fashioned way. For me personally, I tend to use the nice screen on the back, which is very user-friendly. Has all the settings you need for the camera that you're using, the 2000D. And it is a 24 megapixel, I believe. Very good taking photos. You can change the size of them, make them small, medium, large. You can customize what file type they are, if they're RAW or JPEG, that sort of thing, which is really cool. It has Wi-Fi capabilities, so you can connect to your computer if you wish. I'm just a bit old school. I prefer just to take out the SD card, plug it in my computer or laptop, transfer photos that way, or by USB cable. But obviously there's multiple ways you can do it, however you find it easier. Obviously it has Bluetooth as well, so you can connect to your phone if you will, so you can take photos and then post them straight up to social, which is very handy thing to have in a modern camera. One little cool thing I do like actually is, even though it looks quite large, it's actually quite light. It's a very light camera to hold, so even though you're holding it around, I always have the strap around my neck just because I'm just extra cautious. Obviously you don't have to do that, and we do have a link to this in the description. Smash a like if you're getting value. And what I would recommend actually is, if you're someone about me, you want to be a bit more cautious with camera, it does come with a strap, so you can just connect it around your neck, so when you're taking photos. And a little power tip actually, someone asked me, actually it was on a different camera, they were saying, sometimes they think batteries don't last as long as they should. My little power tip would be, it might sound really obvious, but it might not be, is turn off when you're not using it. So if you're out on a day trip and you're out and about, just, sort of turn the camera off. Very easy to do, to switch off the top, and then as soon as you want to take a picture, you just lock on the camera, start clicking those photos, and off you go. That's just a very easy way to save the battery. Now of course it doesn't cost very much to buy a spare battery. You usually get pairs of two. I would highly recommend that's something you get down the road, and that's just something that would be very helpful when buying a camera. So that's something I would find really, really helpful. And something else you might enjoy when you're out taking your photos is, like I say, it's just really light. So I tend to use the screen. And a little power tip actually, if you're doing a wide angle shot, put on the 18, obviously make sure the cap's off, and off you go taking the pictures. Now it is, like most SLRs, it is interchangeable, so if you've got an old lens about, you can connect your old lens on there. I have a 300mm if I want to take a shot from further away, or I want to get that more narrow shot. Something I mentioned in a video a while ago, I was out with some family and I took this really cool photo of them walking along this path from a distance. It was this narrow shot and it just looked really, really cool. I wish I had that with me now. It was just a really nice photo. And, you know, that's something I'd recommend. So if you're looking for a camera that basically is separate from your phone, doesn't cost the earth, and I'm going to be brutally honest, it costs about sort of £400, which will be about $450, maybe $500. You might want to look at one of the packs that you can get. Just check around, look around online. You can get sort of bundles, sorry it's the right word, get there Dave, and you can look for ones that come with tripods, things I'd recommend, you know, an SD card. You don't need any more than 16 or 32 personally, but you can go as high as you want. A little tripod's always very handy. It has a cool little setting actually where you can actually put on the timer for 2, 5 or 10 seconds I believe, which is very handy, especially if you're out by yourself. It does record video in HD. I personally wouldn't use it as a video camera just because it doesn't have that flip screen which the more expensive cameras do. But you know, I would say, you know, if you just want to take a bit of video, maybe out and about, going for a walk, or you're out taking the dog out, you know, why not? But personally I would say this is more of a photography camera, or someone just starting out, or you know, a contender for something you may want to look for. Little cool, it has loads of little features on the top which is really cool. You can put into manual mode, you can customize your own sort of settings, how you want the camera to take photos. Really cool. Obviously it has fast speed, face recognition, autofocus. You can take pictures of plants or fast moving objects like cars and planes, all that sort of jazz. Has all those sort of things with it. It's very easy to, I'm trying to think of anything really helpful to use. Has all the other sort of settings you may think of when you come to buying a camera. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. If you're getting value from this video, smash the subscribe button. It's, you know, it's really cool to see. And honestly, if you have any questions about this camera, put them in the comments below. I'll try my best when I'm not, you know, the pressure of the camera, to get back to you and answer them best I can. So would I recommend a 2000D? I would definitely consider looking at it, see what you think. It could be the camera for you. And you know what? As a first camera, why the hell not? It doesn't cost very much, considering other cameras cost thousands. I have a link to this and other cameras that I recommend in the links below. But would I recommend this? Yeah, why not? It is a nice camera, light to hold, takes nice photos, and later down the road you can upgrade it with an even better lens, taking even better photos, and just have fun with this camera. So if you're looking at it as like a hobby, I would highly recommend this camera. If this video gave you value, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, have a great day, and you know what guys, you guys rock.